Son. After school the next day, while I was getting my butt kicked at horse, all Red wanted to talk about was the project. Hairy, smelly bacteria armpits, he laughed. My topic is armpits. How cool is that, Mason Irving? Hairy, smelly. Quit trying to make me miss, I said. I took the behind the back bounce shot from the corner. Airball. That's HORS to HO. He rolled off his chair onto his back. Time to finish you off, Mason Irving. Hairy, smelly, bacteria armpits. Lying upside down, he swished an under the leg, 3/4 court shot. Bam! He kicked his feet. Blake Daniels is unstoppable. Knock, knock. I checked the stairs. Hey, Mom. Hey, Rip's mom. Let's go, you two. She rapped the railing. Soup's on. Soup's for dinner, Red said. We have barbecue chicken for dinner on Wednesday. It's an expression, I said. It means it's time to eat. Got it. Time to eat. When Red stayed over for dinner on weekdays, Mom always served barbecued chicken, salad with extra cucumbers and no tomatoes, and chips with guacamole. We're almost done, Mom, I said. Give us dinner's on the table, she said. You're done now. I'm ahead. HORS to HO. Red hit quit. I win. Whoever was ahead when it was time to stop was the winner. That was our rule. I'm the king of horse. Red put his controller on the center orange square of the Rubik's Cube table and spun it around. Game over, Mason Irving. At dinner, all Red and Mom wanted to talk about was the project. How are things going with Avery, he asked. Do you mind, I said. I'm eating. That's not very nice, Rip. She's not nice. We were sitting on the stools around the island counter. I was closest to the cabinets. Red was on my right and Mom was across from us. I'm working with Sander McDonald, Red said. I like that you're working with Avery, Mom said, tapping my plate with her fork. It's important to work with other people. She turned to Red. That goes for both of you. Do all you teacher types have a secret society or something? I interrupted. You sound exactly like Mr. Acevedo. Great minds think alike. Now, if only some of the parents would give him a little breathing room. The parents don't like Mr. Acevedo, I said. The barbecue chicken is delicious, Rip's mom. Red said, thank you, Red. He held up a chip and dipped it. The guacamole is delicious, too. When are you going to start calling me something other than Rip's mom? He swiveled his stool. You are Rip's mom. Yes, I am, but call me Miss Irving or call me Leslie. Can I call you Leslie? I asked. Not if you know what's good for you. Xander McDonald loves the Beatles, Red said. That's why he always wears Beatles shirts. He keeps comic books under his bed. His favorite comic is Batman. His favorite fruits are mango and banana. His favorite, I cut him off. Mr. Acevedo had us interview our partners. What did you learn about Avery, Mom asked. That she had a bad attitude. Worse than yours? Whatever. Whatever. Avery said, whatever. The last thing I wanted was to sound like Avery. Why don't the parents like Mr. Acevedo? I asked. They do like him, Mom tilted her head. They're just concerned about the lack of test prep, she laughed. It's gone from one extreme to another. I've already gotten emails. All the parents know my mom's principle. Whenever an issue or question comes up at RJE, parents hit her up. Mr. Acevedo said he's in charge in room 208. Red said, Mr. Acevedo said he gets to teach the class his way. Well, see how that goes, Mom said. Some of the parents are objecting to some of his practices. She nodded to Red. So how's basketball? Real teams play defense and rebound, he answered, swiveling again. Our first practice was all about defense. We practiced getting in our chairs and sliding and pivoting and talking to one another. Our next practice is all about rebounding. Have you two read the rules and policies your coach posted? We both nodded. What about the code of conduct? She asked. Did you turn that in? We will tomorrow, I said. Our next practice is tomorrow, Red said. Then we have practices on Wednesday. Then we have our first game a week from Saturday. I see you mentioned the schedule, Mom said. We have 3 games the first week, Red said. We play Edgemont on Saturday, the 21st. That's an away game. We play O'Malley on Tuesday, the 24th. That's a home game. We play Crystal Lake on Thursday, the 26th. That's an away game. Then we have, you really have memorized the schedule, Mom laughed. I just wish Suzanne and I were able to make one of those games. Our schedules are nuts these next couple weeks. That's okay, Rip's mom. I don't play in the games, I only practice. Red, you may not be playing in games, but I know you, I'm sure you're contributing. That's worth coming to see. Red basketball smiled. Thanks, Rip's mom. That was the arrangement Suzanne had worked out with Coach Acevedo. Red practiced with the team, got a uniform, and attended the games, but he didn't play in the games. That was also the reason why, no matter how angry and furious I was at Mr. Acevedo for sticking me with Avery, I couldn't stay angry and furious. He saved a spot on Clifton United for Red. Did you wear your earplugs at practice, Mom asked? Red nodded. I wear them during practice, but I take them out when I'm shooting free throws. I don't need to wear earplugs when I'm shooting free throws, Rip's mom. I turned to Red. Handshake? Handshake. We spun off our stools. High five, elbow, elbow. We chanted our moves. Right, right, left, left, fist, fist, knuckles, blow it up, turn, jump, bump, booyah. Next chapter is Happy Reading Day. The next morning when we walked into room 208, Mr. Acevedo was reading in the bathtub and wearing his sign. Do not disturb. Without looking up from his book, he pointed to the board. Happy Reading Day. For the first part of class today, we have choice. For the second part of class, it's teacher theater time. We'll be finishing Lawn Boy. For choice, I was reading Geeks, Girls, and Secret Identities. I'd finally finished Out of My Mind, which I'd loved. But now I needed something with robots and superpowers, and so far this book was perfect. I checked the room, like always during choice. The OMG girls sat on the couch. They each wore do not disturb signs like Mr. Acevedo, though their signs had a lot more glitter. My basketball eyes drifted to the due dates by the door. Avery and I were supposed to have our list of 5 potential topics today. We were supposed to have started the preliminary research using the rubric posted on the webpage. We were supposed to conference with Mr. Acevedo next week. So far, we had nothing. Zero, nada. Avery wanted our topic to be about getting gum stuck in your hair or something like that. Even though it was boring, I was fine with it, but we still needed to come up with 4 other topics. Avery refused. She only wanted to do things her way. And part of our grade was, what? She snarled. My eyes shut up. I was staring at her chair. I didn't even realize it. I returned to my book. I didn't need Avery seeing me looking this way. Next chapter, crashing the boards. Real teams play defense and rebound, Coach Acevedo said at the start of our second practice. Teams with heart play defense and rebound. Since our first practice was all about defense, today is all about rebounding, Red said. Exactly, Coach Acevedo pointed his whistle at Red. Let's get popping. I checked Red. Rebounding involved physical contact, a lot of physical contact. Rebounding isn't just a skill, Coach Acevedo said. It's a state of mind. You don't have to be a good basketball player to be a good rebounder. Sure, it helps if you can jump and catch, but rebounding is just as much about knowing where the ball is going and wanting it more than your opponent. For the first drill, we formed a single line at midcourt. The first person threw the ball up in the air. The next person caught it. That was it. That was the whole drill. We practiced catching the basketball. It went pretty well, except when Avery's throw hit a ceiling light, and for a minute the light swung back and forth like a pendulum and looked like it might come crashing down. The second drill required a little more skill. It was called taps. I'd done this drill before, so had Red and Keith. We formed two lines facing the basket just inside the key. The first person in each line threw the ball against the backboard. The next person in each line caught the ball while jumping in the air, and then while still in the air, threw it against the backboard for the next person. The next person did the same, caught the ball in air and threw it against the backboard. Coach Acevedo wanted us to make it through the line once. Yeah, right. Mady, the second person in my line, threw the ball over the backboard. Emily, the third person in the other line, threw the ball over the side door of the gym. Tweet, tweet. Let's switch things up, Coach Acevedo said. Instead of jumping for the ball, just catch it and throw it against the backboard. No more jumping. We'll work our way up to catching the ball in air. We never did work our way up, but the drill went a lot better this way. Tweet, tweet. The next rebounding drill was a boxing out drill, but first Coach Acevedo had to explain what boxing out was. When a shot goes up, he said, find your man. Or woman, Maya said. Or woman, Coach Acevedo nodded. When a shot goes up, don't go after the ball. Find your person and block your person's path to the ball. You do this by pivoting around and feeling for the person. He demonstrated the move. It's like you're sitting in a chair again. The same chairs as on defense? Khalil asked. The exact same chairs, Coach Acevedo said. I checked Red. He was pinky thumbing both legs and swaying. Real teams play defense and rebound, Coach Acevedo said. It's all connected. Now this next drill is called the circle drill. Let's get popping. I sidestepped to Red. I think you may want to sit this one out. Red hunched his shoulders and squinted his eyes. I don't know, Mason Irving. I don't know. I grabbed the back of my neck and glanced at Coach Acevedo. He wasn't looking our way, but some of the others were. Sit this one out, I said. I touched his arm. Red flinched. His pinky thumbing quickened. His elbows pressed his sides. I don't know, Mason Irving. I've done every drill. Watch it a few times and then decide. I checked the corner. Coach Acevedo was looking right at us. Watch it a few times and then decide, I said again. Slowly, Red relaxed his shoulders. Then he began to nod. I think I'll watch it a few times and then decide. I gave him a pound.